Welcome, Wellness Warriors. We are back for another episode. I've got someone really special on today, and he is going to blow it up. You'll probably even hear that in the sound effects that come oozing from this man. Stackpack is on with us, and I met Stackpack in person nearly a year ago and have been able to watch him in the way that he creates just absolute magic in the world of marketing, social, even health, and all of the ways in which he amplifies community. He's got a podcast, he's got a dispensary, he's got a wine, he's got all sorts of things. And Stack, I know you and I were talking. I was blessed to be on your podcast too. Thank you. And we were like, we got to get you in to talk to this community and share how you know they can amplify too. So you guys, I want to share really quick so that when you fall in love, you know where you can meet Stack too. When you are so excited at the end of this episode, be sure you mark on your calendars every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to be able to meet him on the E360 TV, and that's going to be Stackpack's Clubhouse, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's where you're doing all your do. And I would love to, say hello and also, tell everybody a little bit about you.
Look, Lindsaya, thank you for having me here because this right here is a great opportunity to, connect up with more people, connect up, If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Stackpack. I own a worldwide digital marketing empire at this point, and I also own a magazine that's attached to that empire as well. I also have a fragrance line attached to that, a wine company. We're doing a lot on the television, as Lindsay was saying. We're doing crazy things over there because the show is just launched. We're only 4 episodes in right now, so I'm doing a lot with that, and I'm helping out thousands of people get exposure, whether it's billboards, media, articles, placement. I'm like the media builder. If there's something I can build, if there's something I can do, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to head straight there. So it's about building and building at a strong level. So I'm like the media guy, the internet guy, the music producer, the podcaster. Like, I do so much because there's never nothing that I don't want to do. So I'm always seeing what I can do and what's new. So thank you for having me, Lindsay. Let's go. Big Stack.
Let's go, Stack. Let's go. So as a man who's always on the move, doing all the things, chasing down the dreams unapologetically, going all the spaces, meeting everybody, what would you say is one of your key pillars to maintaining your health and your well-being that our community may want to consider adding into their routine too?
I love that. I'm always meditating. I'll tell you guys right now, meditation is real big for me, grounding myself. I can't wait till, it's summertime in Boston so I can go to all the little trails and stuff because it's real cold out here right now. So that's why I'm always in Florida and LA. But as soon as that heat comes out, I'm going straight to the trail to go meditate. And I'm also using stem cell technology, like Lindsay was saying, with the Stackpack Health. I was, gifted and blessed enough to, team up with a big company named LifeWave. And they gave me an opportunity on promoting these stem cell products and activating the stem cell health within the human body. And I use the technology every day. And Lindsay, little do you know, there's an app on your phone that you can ground yourself with right now. That'll reset your cells and everything, revitalize the water, revitalize the food, the pets and the humans. I already have the gold card that does that every day, and it makes sure my blood flows and stuff like that. But I'm all into the technology. I always see what technology can keep me the best looking, especially for my skin, especially for my well-being, right? Especially for everything. So I'm always looking into new technology for, the fountain of youth, you can say. I'm always looking into that right there, like that youth part. And then with the stem cells, they die after 30, Lindsay, which a lot of people don't know. Your stem cells die after 30 years old. And if you use the technology we have, it'll actually revitalize them and bring it back like you were, 12 years old or 20 years old again. So you're actually resetting your stem cells by using these products. So yes, that's what I do. I work out, hit the gym, I eat good, I live good, I do good things, right? And it's all about, keeping up with yourself. I feel like if you keep up with yourself, because what is wealth without the health, right, Lindsay? We all want to get to this money. We all want to get to the bag. We all want to get that pillow money, but you gotta stay healthy. So Lindsay, I love that question. So,
Oh, I love it too. I mean, meditation, especially in our community, every retreat, every workshop will have meditation integrated. And so those that have already joined us in those spaces know, and I know you know that we do a verbal meditation of sorts, one in which we go inward every morning. You come in the room, you share in the mornings your love for self too. And so I know how important it is for you to take care of yourself, to be committed to giving yourself the attention that you deserve so you can bring the best of you to everything you do. And so meditation being one of them, I know that obviously stem cell regeneration. What would you say in terms of, so you were raised in Boston, correct? Born and raised.
Yes, born and raised where the Red Sox play,
And as a girl who, I'm 15 minutes from Detroit, my community, thankfully, especially how you and I met and yours too, we now have these global communities, and yet we're very integrated into our communities that are local. And you know as well as I do that there's a difference in terms of what is available to you when you're within city limits versus when you're out in more free range territory, right? Like it can feel more challenging to find the things that bring us that peace. And I would love, as you're reflecting upon being raised in Boston and your whole upbringing, what are some things that you have now learned that you know would have made a difference for you as you were coming up as a kid into your teens that really was either unavailable or you simply did not yet know that you have now learned and would make a really big impact for someone who could say, ooh, like he's from Boston, maybe I'm from Detroit or some other city. And meditation is great. I can do that from an app or on my mat or all of these spaces. You were talking about getting outside, weather can play a part in that. What are some other things that you're like, gosh, if I could go back and tell little Stack to start doing that, it would have made a big impact?
And watch your surroundings and your environment, because a lot of people were attracted to what I had going on after I got, to a certain level. Not everybody, that started with me or seen me come up what's there. You know what I mean? So if I could go back and tell myself, I would say, watch your environment and watch the people that you hang around with, because they can affect where you're going. You know what I mean? Because you're the script writer. You're the actor of this whole movie, this whole lifestyle that's going on right now. You can change the direction. You can take people out. You can add them in, whatever. So if I could go back and tell myself anything, it would be watch out who you're chilling with. Watch out who you surround yourself with, and surround yourself with the good individuals. And another thing I would tell myself is marketing. I had no clue about the marketing. If I would have knew about this sooner, I would have blown up. Same thing with the AI. You know what I'm saying? If I would have known about this sooner, I would have blew up. But marketing is key. Everything down from, my Instagram blowing up, and to be able to control that myself. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people be really upset, because I can control my presence and I can control their presence as well. I can control this right now, right? We're at an age where if you find the tools, you'll be able to do it at a high level. People can do what I do, but how many people going to do it at this level? You know what I'm saying? It's levels to everything. Anybody can get in a lane and do anything, but what level you going to do it at? So I feel like the marketing that I know how to do, the whole traffic is, if I knew how to do that sooner when I was a little bit younger, and the access and the coding and all the stuff and the software we got right now to make this happen, if I would have known that earlier, to have or to code that or to make that or to tap into that industry so I can make a household name, I would have did that sooner. But I had to find it out on COVID after I lost the job after. You know what I'm saying? So everything for me was, going along on the journey and then finding it out after along the way. So I had to go along the journey and find out everything along the way. But if I could tell myself anything, I would watch out my environment, and also, dive into the marketing a little bit more in the coding, because that's what got me into the whole computers and the marketing was coding.
Oh my goodness. You said so much there, especially, yeah, definitely without question. You said so much because you're coming back to really talking about energy. And I think for a lot of our youth, that isn't taught or really represented appropriately. Our energy and our intuition and these things that come up and we're told to mute them, or they're not important, or we're not taught how our energy and things that deplete it are a direct instruction, if you will, of what does not serve us at our highest level. And so protecting our energy bubble, knowing that when we are surrounded by, and I know in the XP community, like that is the vision in XP, is to be surrounded by other and fellow entrepreneurs who are doing the damn thing, that are really getting after it. And you and I know we met and really began our friendship because of marketing, because as a brand director, having worked with the brand for 15 years, managing the US territory for an international hair color company, a big one at that, $66 million a year company. And I will say without a doubt, because I came through the education realm, and what I learned through my journey and also would have moved me more quickly was the impact of marketing. And now that that's something that is really my center point, this is, when it comes to content creation, marketing, and branding, those are my areas of specialty. And when we're able to do that and have a good a powerful representation of who it is that we are and how we serve, then people are able to know if they want to be around our energy too, which acts as an easy filter, if you will. So I loved that, Stack, the minding your energy, and also how marketing and paying attention to our dreams, and then marketing those appropriately. So we're going to move in that way. You guys, the Wellness Warrior podcast is intended to amplify you in every direction. So we're going to stay in the business sector for a moment, because business is part of wellness, and wellness in business is important. And so we often think wellness with like our food or our products and that too. And when it comes to business, and you're talking about, who we surround ourselves with, what are some ways in which you ensure that you create really healthy boundaries in business so that you're able to sustain at the level that you do? Because I know people can go to book a call with Stack, and they can book a call with you. They get 15 minutes, right? And correct me if I said the name wrong, and we'll put the appropriate link in the show notes too. I know that people can come in and book time with you, and they can get, that's exactly what I did. I booked time with you to see how we could collaborate, what that could do for the brand, for me, for all the things. And so when we are talking about this, when someone makes themselves so available with consultations and calls, we can get inundated. I mean, I often see your phone is ringing, you're jumping off out of a room because you're on to the next phone call, into the next consult. What are the ways in which you ensure, or what boundaries have you created that have helped you sustain your passion and also your energy?
I love taking time to myself. I don't work with everyone. You know what I'm saying? So if someone does get on the calendar and they pop up again and again and again, obviously I'll know it's a waste of time. But we create that structure where whether you're going to either move forward or you're not going to work at all. So when people do talk to me, they're either going to go ahead and get it together, or they're going to go ahead and move forward. So there's really no in between. But if you see someone popping up over and over again, usually the staff removes them from the calendar, and they're not allowed to book any longer through the link. So anytime even if they do try, they won't get accepted. We'll deny it and cancel the booking from you if you're a frequent problem. But other than that, I create boundaries all the time. I don't work with everyone. I work with only serious individuals. I save my energy for different things. You know what I'm saying? As you may know, there's AI out right now, right? So I'm able to use that and then preserve my energy for different things, like meditating, like taking a walk, like, starting a new book, making a new beat, or getting into the studio, you know what I'm saying? Doing whatever I need to do to make a beat or something like that. So I would say, anytime I do something like that, I really need to preserve. Like, you don't want to waste your energy on too many things. That's why I just have certain things and certain periods of time where I just dive into the whole project, or I just dive into certain things I pay attention to. So yeah, that's what I got to say about that, Lindsay. Let's go.
I love that. Discernment and boundaries, essentially tapping in with our energy and saying, is this person right for me? Am I right for them too? There are people that when they come into, and I know calls with you are 15, not 16 minutes. They're 15-minute consultations.
Not 16, not 17, not 18, and not 19. It's only 15.
It's a boundary. It's a boundary. And you uphold that boundary. And it's beautiful because it teaches other people to do the same. So when you brought in AI, and we're going to close our episode with this tool and tip from you, because again, we're talking wellness and we moved into wellness and in business, and the Wellness Warrior Collective is intended to bring wellness in every sector of our life. And so we're staying right in the business realm. You talked about AI and being able to simplify and streamline so that we can conserve our energy for other things. And I would love to know what is right now, or if you were speaking to a room full of entrepreneurs today in 2023, what would be the number one AI tool or asset that you would invite them to learn about that has brought a lot of conserving of energy into your business?
I like that question. The first one on the list is Chat GPT. This is the first one on the god dang it list. You want to know why? It changed the whole direction. The whole direction. Chat GPT changed the world. You know how many AI rooms we did? We did over 100, 200 AI rooms. Chat GPT took over the world. Another one, chatgpt.org. This one's a real good one, right? It's one where you could break it down. You know what I'm saying? What you want to do. Write an email. What you want to do. Write a letter, birthday card. These ones are more. You know, they have sections. Now, the third one, Freedom GPT. You really want to go freedom style. Talk about whatever you want to do. You know, go to Freedom GPT. I have it on my computer. I have it on my phone. It just beware. Use with caution. Freedom GPT. Don't forget that I told you. And then there's another one that I really like. It's one for music and image generation. I just can't think about it. I was on the directory, so I use a directory called Future AI, Future.io, and that's the one I look at. But there's a whole directory that you guys can look at with all these tools and pick out the ones that you want to use that are aligned for you. So I'm using tools, everything down from the media, the music, the social media, the blogging, you know, the text, especially the text to speech. That's another one that's really good. There's a lot of text to speech apps out that you guys can use, and that's how I made, you know, a lot of different the tags that you hear in the room and stuff like that, because you're able to use these and, you know, dive in and make them say whatever you want them to say. So those are my top three: is ChatGPT, Freedom GPT, and then dang, I forgot the one with the image.
Chat GPT but you said Chat GPT org. Yeah, .org too.
.org, that one. ChatGPT.org, ChatGPT, and then you got to go look at the image and the music ones because they're insane. There's so many music ones. You can generate things for your music channel. I know I want to make some beats for Lindsaya, but there's access to music generation programs with AI now. I was playing around with it, but it sounds nothing like that human touch. You know what I mean? I feel like putting the drums together and really sitting down and being in the studio. That's never that they can't never take that feeling away from really being in the studio and putting it together from scratch. They can't. I don't matter what AI tools come out that'll make things quicker. I feel like it's useful for some things, but for the music, I feel like it's not going to last because everybody's going to want to get in the studio, get on the mic, be in the booth, chill, like, and be in that music environment and not want to hop on a computer, tell it what they want it to sound like, and then put together a mashed up beat. I don't think people are going to really want to fly and do that. They're going to want to make it from scratch and then remember that moment. And it's like something in history. It's like a history moment. Like, remember when I made that beat, or remember that time in the studio, right? Instead of, we can just get on the computer, upload it, and say, hey, I want it to sound like a rock band beat or a rock, and then they'll just generate whatever they want for you. I mean, you can do that, make it quick, maybe for some YouTube shorts, maybe for some YouTube intros or something like that. But if you really want some real music production, that you're gonna have to get with a producer really in the studio making some bangers, with the real 808s and the claps and putting everything together. Like, it's a whole pattern, it's a whole playlist pattern. Like, you can structure the beat wherever you want to do. You have so much creativity and free range and making everything from the ground up instead of typing it in and saying, oh, okay, this is what I want it to sound like. If I make a beat, I could take the claps out on 1 minute. I could put the claps back. I can put the beat. I could take, there's so much you can do. It's way better getting in the studio and customizing that beat versus, what they're doing now. But it's cool. I still like it, and I still want you guys to dive into it.
I love it. So if someone wants to know more about these, when they have a consult and then work with you, you help them and ensure that they know what tools might be best for them while they're creating the content and working with you. So again, and you guys can hear here right in the room right now on this episode that this man brings forth the beats. And yes, we're going to do something too, because I have a spoken word poem around my recent explant, and we did that in our open mic. And we're going to do something definitely together to ensure that that has power in its storytelling. And I appreciate you for seeing that as I came off mic and shared that too. And so you guys, everything's going to be in the show notes. You gave more than one, you gave a few. So thank you. You always go above and beyond, always pouring more out than you're asking for. And so that's something that I've always appreciated about you. And you guys, these are just a few ways that Stack has poured forward in which we have the ability to truly amplify in business and wellness in any personal practice. And so if you've enjoyed this episode, I invite you to subscribe, go on over, find Stack. He's literally impossible to not find. I like to, I strive to remove the don't not knows. Thank you. Law of attraction from my language. And you're going to have a really hard time avoiding this man if you go looking. And remember, I'm going to E360 TV every Monday evening, 8 p.m. They can come and take part in the Stackpack's Clubhouse. So that's a way to get closer in community with you. Talk about that energy bubble. Talk about that energy bubble. So again, Wellness Warriors, we hope you have enjoyed this episode. And Stack, before we close, I'd like to say anything else you'd like to share with our community from you.
Listen, we're gonna keep going to the top. We got a lot of more work to do. If you're not aligned, get out of line. Don't worry about the situations that are not for you. Worry about the situations that are for you. Worry about the people that want you to win instead of the people that are against you. You want to pour in. That's why I say you worry about the inside noise instead of the outside noise. You take the outside noise and throw it outside. That's why it's outside. It's not inside for a reason. So worry about the inside noise. And if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. A lot of people, I want y'all to get that. Every time I say that, you want to come around the table and see how much value you can give. A lot of people like to go to people's tables and take, but they're never adding. That's what I noticed about people. They're never adding. So if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. You don't want to be one of the people on the menu. You want to be one of the people adding to the table. You know, go get the ketchup, go get the napkins, go get something, right? So that way we can have a huge table. I love you guys. I want you guys to also, tap into stackpackmedia.com, bookwithstack.com, like how Lindsay was saying. I have another fragrance coming out this year. I'm launching another magazine outlet too, Lindsay. I'm going to always keep doing this for life. I have another magazine outlet that I'm launching for the music industry specifically. So I have the music industry in that. I'll also be releasing Stackpack Volume 4 now. The whole entire EP will be out through Money Records. We'll be releasing that with a distribution deal. I'll be reutilizing the distribution deal that I first had on Clubhouse. So you see how when you keep those good bridges and you keep those good relationships, you can always go back 3 or 4 years later and use the resources that your people have, your homies have, your people that's been in the game, and you can still go ahead and make a wave and make a splash. So I'll be using the same distribution deal that I got in 2020 to release the album. Or I could go a new way and use another. It's crazy. I have 3 distribution deals in the industry. I have one with Vidya. There's a platform called Vidya for distribution for all artists called Vidya.co. I'm verified on there, the label. I have one with Intercept Music in California. Shout outs to Flossie. He's the one that gifted me with the platform. I could upload my music anywhere, Intercept Music. Then I have a third one called Adventures Music. Shout outs to Dex Diamond, right? Dex Diamond, he is the VP marketing of Murder Inc. You know what that does? That's Ashanti and that's Ja Rule and them, right? So they gifted me a platform to upload my music. So I have so many different platforms that I can come out on. I got 3 different channels, Lindsay, to come out on because I've been keeping up with the presence, keeping up with the energy. Now I can come out any way I want. I can come out with, the people I came out back in the day or the new people that I've met in the future. So I said all that to say, keep your bridges clean. Keep your bridges clean because you'll be able to release projects from any angle and take over any angle. Not everybody's looking at the stuff I'm doing over there. Not everybody. So you just got to collide everything together. Lindsay, I love you. Thank you for having me on here. Stackpack. Let's go.
Oh, thank you, Stack. Love you too. And you guys, he wrapped it up with a beautiful bow and invited all of us to see the power of who we keep in our circle. So thank you for listening, because if you're listening to this episode, you're in our circle too. We appreciate you. We're grateful for you. Ensure you are subscribed to the Wellness Warrior Collective podcast. You can also go to wellnesswarriorcollectivepodcast.com and leave a voice memo. We would love to hear your feedback or questions. We'll bring you in on an episode. And until then, friends, keep amplifying the Wellness Warrior within. Thank you. Have a beautiful one. We'll see you soon.